Call of Duty is reportedly The Rock's next video game film adaptation. Doom didn't work, so we're going to try Call of Duty next. Look, I know a lot of people are mad at The Rock right now because of Joe Rogan stuff about his retracting his support. The Rock is an algorithm as much as anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of the rock rhythm. The rock.
Oh, the rock rhythm.
The rock algorithm. The algorithm.
I'll go rock 'em.
Somebody write
cute.
that movie. So it says Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I still call him The Rock. I refuse to call him Dwayne Johnson. The Rock recently teased a cryptic video game adaptation, and according to a news source, the mystery has been solved. The Rock is getting ready to bring the world of Call of Duty to the big screen, according to Giant Frickin' Robot. Johnson is also reportedly in talks to direct the Call of Duty film. Why do they all fancy themselves directors?
It's a new hot thing. Instead of being an actor, you're a director now.
They literally cast directors now. So it says, according to their trusted and proven inside source, and while they go on to say that The Rock is only in talks at the moment, it is believed that the talks will go through. That's all we know at the moment, with the source unable to confirm what the story will be and thus which game the Call of Duty movie will be based on.
Mm-hmm.
If the Halo game is any, we did more coverage of Halo, and it's looking like more and more like a dumpster fire. It's non-canon. It's got nothing to do with the original story.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what they'll do, right? They'll just take they'll take the characters and they'll make it as loose of an adaptation as possible, because nobody making these movies is passionate about the source material.
I told you, during our review, it was kind of 50-50. The graphics look great, but there's just this Asian girl that's crying through the whole trailer for no reason. What is this?
We did a segment where she's supposedly the main character and Master Chief is not.
Yeah, she's gonna be the next big thing. She's gonna be the main character. Master Chief just happens to be there.
Guys, abandon the series immediately. Yep. Don't watch it.
It's a dumpster
That's
fire.
all you need to know.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know now. It doesn't matter.
I have this other article. It says 7 rumors and theories for The Rock's next video game movie. So the first one is Call of Duty, but they talk about Destiny. During a recent acquisition announcement between Sony and Destiny developer Bungie, I forgot that happened. Bungie expressed interest in creating Destiny movies and TV shows with Sony's help. Obviously, if The Rock is in talk for something, this is not it, because they wouldn't be that far into that discussion. Gears of War.
That'd be awesome.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Talks about a Gears of War movie being made have been happening for years, and fellow professional wrestling alum Dave Bautista leading the charge. I think Bautista would be a perfect fit for that.
Yeah. But he can't be The Rock has to be leading, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock has gotten involved. Given The Rock's size and on-screen presence as an action star, he would be a good fit to bring the franchise into live action. Maybe Batista's wishes came true, and we'll end up seeing the two of them starring together in a Gears of War movie.
That'd be awesome.
Rainbow Six. That would be interesting. I remember that they did it. Right here. Without Remorse. That was the one with Michael B. Jordan. Didn't really do that well on Amazon Prime. One of the reasons I've been pushing Reacher so hard is I want people to actually watch it so that it actually gets good numbers and gets a season 2. But last year's Amazon release, Without Remorse, opened with the possibility of a Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six cinematic universe being developed. And while the Tom Clancy novels have been the main source material for the film adaptations, it's not wrong to see as a video game movie. So they're saying that the Rainbow Six is almost more synonymous with video games than,
for sure,
than the books. I would say. Doom. So they're saying they want The Rock to come back and maybe get a mea culpa on Doom, because the first Doom movie was literally so bad it almost ended his acting career.
Never saw it.
Sure, The Rock was already in the heavily maligned Doom movie back in 2005, but who says he couldn't return for a redo? The Doom franchise was rebooted and revamped in 2016. Would it surprise anyone if a new film adaptation was in development and The Rock had been reached out to? Well, it shouldn't, since the video game adaptations are having a big resurgence, and the buzz that would be created by having The Rock as the star as the Doom Marine would light the internet ablaze. They're probably right. Mortal Kombat 2, which
that'd be even cooler.
Who does he play?
Jax?
But they already have Jax in the first one. So it says,
I don't know.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Shao Kahn. Yeah.
Just have him be Johnny Cage.
No,
just
that'd be awesome.
Just culturally appropriate Johnny Cage.
No,
leave my Johnny Cage alone.
They get Ryan Reynolds for that, and then they get The Rock for Shao Kahn.
No, what's the guy with No.
The guy with the helmet, right? Shao Kahn.
No. Please no.
Yeah. Or you
Dude, he'd
think
be the best. Are you kidding
I'm
me?
trying to think. Keep on talking. I'll search up characters that
Okay.
The Rock can play.
Warner Brothers recently announced that a sequel to 2021's Mortal Kombat is in development. What if they just made him like one of the masked ninja? What if they just made him like Smoke, and you don't even see his face at all, and they just waste all their money on a character that has no on-screen like.
Just a bunch of like what the Rock is cooking lines.
Mm-hmm.
What the smoke is cooking.
What the Rock is smoking.
Wait, did you say Brock should play? The Rock should play Brock.
Shao Kahn.
No,
She's talking about Baraka.
Baraka.
Barack is a different guy.
Yeah,
Baraka,
but it'd
no.
be so funny if he played that.
What if
No.
Barack Obama played Baraka?
He should.
He should.
Baraka's Baraka.
He believes in change. A bunch of different knives.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's.
Oh, he
dumb.
could. Oh no, he couldn't play Stryker.
Mm.
Cabal.
Oh my God, he should just play the weird beastly characters.
Mataro.
Yes, exactly.
The Rock made his make. Okay, so he goes on and says Fortnite because they get the really awful Rock skin.
Dude, a
from
Fortnite movie?
probably will happen at some point.
They
Christ.
might.
Fortnite took the world by storm since it debuted in 20. It feels like so much longer than that, but I guess that's like 5 years already, almost 4 years. So it's introduced plenty of strong storylines and characters that have kept fans around, including one that The Rock himself plays called The Foundation. I could absolutely see them making a movie based on that. So, I don't know. Do either of you care if he's in another video game movie?
Not really, because I watch.
You're over you see The Rock kind of the same way you see John Cena, right?
Yeah.
Not because they're wrestlers, just because you think they're
No,
yeah.
they're terrible.
I love John Cena as Peacemaker. I absolutely adore him as Peacemaker. He's incredible in that show.
I mean, good character, but I just don't like John Cena. And then The Rock can, he can do whatever he wants.
He can always retire and do a cooking show, so he can do a show called Smell What the Rock is Cooking.
Oh, that's dumb.
That's genius.
That's so dumb.
The fact that he hasn't done it yet is almost incredible.
And
Damn.
it's just all
I wonder-
his cheat
maybe-
meals.
Guys,
We should pitch this idea to him.
we're writing a proposal after this.
Yeah.
If that's not being, if you're not doing that already, like if he doesn't have a segment on his Instagram where he does that, he's leaving money on the table.
Well, he did.
He's just waiting to retire.
Yeah.
With it.
He's doing I think he did do an Instagram post where he explains exactly how many calories he takes in for his cheat day and what they are.
He's got the thing of him with a bunch of pancakes right there. Yeah.
He should do that, like all his cheat meals, and it's like Hawaiian food.
He also had a catchphrase where he talked about pie all the time. He can make pie. He was using it in the terms of referencing women's nether regions.
Yeah.
It was, American Pie was out at the time. It was very topical back in these wrestling days.
Poor Dane. He's like, what?
I loved wrestling back in the day.
I watched wrestling. My favorite was Triple H.
He was such a dick.
Who's the big guy that he kind of made it on purpose? Like his whole branding was being fat, and
So many.
Probably Rikishi.
Mark Henry.
No, it was something. His title had to do with something with dinosaurs. I don't remember.
Samoa Joe.
I don't know.
He's not fat.
Oh
He's-
wait, it might be a new thing. Never mind.
The one that came to mind is Mark Henry.
It has to do with dinosaurs.
Yeah, and he came onto the wrestling, not the wrestling ring. He went into the stage, just stumbling in, stomping real loud, and he was all fat, and that was his whole brand.
I don't know any of the wrestlers now.
Rikishi is the only one I can think of that was big
I think
that
it's
back
a
in the day.
new wrestler, or this was mid 2000s.
Oh, the dude from 3M. I'll remember it off air.
Yeah.
I said the wrestling industry is one of those. Razor Fist released a really funny video the other day where he makes fun of all of the British wrestling channels, like What Culture and Cultaholic, where he does a whole list of 5 innocent offensive videos in about 5 minutes, and it's he literally does it in a not perfect, but a really good British accent the whole time, because wrestling, a lot of wrestling media has gone very politically correct.
What? Really?
Yeah.
The most unpolitically correct industry ever. Literally out of the Carney circuit back
I
in the day.
can't imagine.
It's really funny. So I can't remember the name of the wrestler.
PC wrestling?
Yeah, there's. Wait, is this a skit or a real character where his name is the PC, the PC wrestler?
No, there was a group back in the day called Right to Censor.
Oh,
back in the 90s, and they came down wearing like a white dress shirt and a black tie and black slacks, and the music was just beep beep. And they literally would just censor people. It was like a prophetic. And everybody made fun of them, and they got beat up a lot. That was their gimmick. They got beat up for being censorious douchebags.
And look at us now.
And look at our color. Like we should, in fact, somebody should Photoshop Mark Zuckerberg's face onto Steven Richards' face from Right to Censor. That would be fantastic.
oh God.
Funkasaurus.
Yes, him. Thank you.
I remembered. Okay, moving on. Wrestling is there are so many good wrestlers still. I follow wrestling the
I don't
same.
remember Funkasaurus.
I follow wrestling
So
the same way that I follow
hockey.
A lot of other. I don't have the heart to watch it anymore, but I'll listen to podcasts that talk about it. Like it's like comic books. I listen to podcasts and I watch YouTubers that talk about the comic book industry because they've broken my heart so much. I'm not going to give them any more of my money.
I used to watch it because I had friends that liked it and got into it, but like after I stopped talking to them, I don't really watch wrestling anymore.
That's what happens. So here we go. Miracle.
Yes.
Shang-Chi.
Yes, disappear.
Simu Liu admits that he exaggerated his martial arts background to nab Marvel role. That's very sad.
Disappear, man. Disappear. Rebrand.
Even Marvel stars fib on their resumes. Entertainment Weekly is advocating that you lie on your resume. We should censor Entertainment Weekly. They're clearly calling for you to put business misinformation on your resume.
I like him. I don't know why Miracle doesn't like him.
Miracle doesn't like. He's a troll, and he's a defund the police dude.
He's hilarious. Oh, well, no, that sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
also he apologized to everybody because they said they weren't going to watch his movie unless he apologized to Nicki Minaj for a joke from 2012.
And he actually apologized. Like
from 2012,
I'm
man.
guessing that his agent told him he had to.
Yeah, again, the whole world went by freaking PR people.
Simu Liu admitted that he exaggerated his martial arts background to nab the role of the martial arts master Shang-Chi in Marvel's blockbuster hit Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. The Marvel actor shared the tidbit with West Side Story breakout Ariana DeBose. There'd be an O and an I and a U if it was that. For Variety's Actor on Actors published Friday, diving into his preparation process when the topic turned to his and I don't know, is it DeBose?
We're just gonna fudge the word.
Shared hip hop dance background. I have no hip hop dance background. Anybody else? Hip hop dance background?
Chris.
You look like a man with a hip hop dance background.
Chris Poole
Years
can.
of traditional training.
When I got the part, they asked me about my martial arts background. It sounds racist. And experience, which of course I exaggerated because I wanted the job really bad, Liu said, noting that his experience as a stuntman and dancer helped inform his training. Okay, if he had a history
That's
as a
fine.
stuntman, then why did you have to lie?
Yeah, what's fun?
I had done some work as an on-again, off-again stuntman, but if we're honest, I think I was more of a dancer than I ever was a martial artist. I mean, choreography stuff in movies is basically dancing. It's just it's a
That's kind of weird because the interview he did with Just Kidding News, he said that he grew up doing martial arts. He never said he was a dancer.
He probably went to one he probably did he probably took karate for a year, and you know how you tend to exaggerate,
yeah,
your mind just goes, yeah, I did it growing up. What you me and Nick would talk about gymnastics sometimes. He's like, yeah, he did gymnastics for a lot of years. I'm like, yeah, I did gymnastics growing up. What that means is I did gymnastics for a year and quit because I was still playing hockey and baseball.
Have you guys seen the Winter Olympics?
Yes, it's so dumb. I wanted to bring it up to you guys because there's...
No, it's not dumb. It's great.
I'm staying off of it. I'm assuming Tim's going to want to cover it.
Oh my God, dude. All I want to say is yesterday I was with my girl and was watching it, and all she would show me is people have their dreams ruined.
Yes.
Ice skaters doing the most beautiful performance and then boom, falling on their face. And I was like, no.
Sounds like
the
somebody
ice
who's
skating...
never competed in his entire life. Have you ever played... that would not be funny to you if you've ever...
That's what I'm saying. It's not funny. I was heartbroken.
Yeah,
I was
dude,
no,
that's tragic.
Because I was seeing there was this couple in ice skating and they were killing it.
Are you sure it's not the brother and sister team?
I don't know. They had 10 seconds left and they absolutely ate it. Ate it. I was like, oh my God. I had left the room. I was like, I can't.
I love seeing people be good at stuff.
Me too.
I tell Miracle all the time, I'm obsessed with team cheerleading. I love watching dudes pick women up and just throw them up in the air, and they do these crazy flips.
It was that, and they were being incredible, and then they, oh my god, dude, they got hit hard, like face first to the floor.
Like you see some of these
Both of
falls
them.
that they take, and it's just brutal.
It was brutal.
As somebody who played hockey, who played
yeah.
baseball, and who skated for 23 years, I appreciate people that want to master a craft.
Yeah, I don't like when douches lose.
Yeah. So for him, like, you know, it's like he's like, I guess it was more my dance background. He says, though he had minimal martial arts experience, Liu starred alongside the legendary Michelle Yeoh and Tony Leung, both renowned for their roles in action and martial arts pieces across Asia. Liu reflected on working with the stars, calling Leung, is it Leung or Leung? Leung?
I don't know.
I just
like zoned out.
I played the fifth.
And Yeoh, he described calling them him the goat and Yeoh the goofball. Very different people, but an aura of warmth and friendliness. Liu said, "Well, that's all that inclusivity." Liu said, Tony is famously shy and is very soft-spoken. You would never know his stature and his fame just by looking at him, because he's such a well-mannered individual. And then the camera rolls, and then what you see is this intensity. And his eyes are like, holy crap, I'm literally watching mastery unfold. I like that. I like hearing about stories like that, where like somebody's just, like I said, I love people that are competent and really good at what they do. Like that's something to be celebrated in an age where we have like Reddits about not wanting to work. And people who just, they want to give up because they feel like everything's been stacked against them. I love hearing stories about people that are really good at what they do, and they've mastered a craft, and they're subtle and they're soft-spoken.
Yeah, the culture of average.
Yep, that's there's like, I'm of two minds on that, because there's like a couple of good Alan Watts videos about like, you know, it's okay to not strive for I can see from both ways, right? Like he's saying you can't put yourself under undue stress all the time, otherwise you're going to crash and burn. But also I'm like, but do you really just want to settle for net zero average?
You should have a pursuit that you go with your full heart, at least one,
and that you're passionate enough about, that it doesn't necessarily, like, as much work as it is, you're so passionate about it that it doesn't matter. It's not a chore, it's a privilege to work towards accomplishing.
For sure.
So I don't know. And then did you hear about Awkwafina being canceled because of her
yes,
black scent, as they call it?
Yes, I didn't like her when she first came out.
I wonder, like,
sorry,
we're in an age, like, basically, like, when she was a rapper, like a YouTube rapper, like, she would use, like, they're like, you're appropriating African American culture. It's like we literally are entering this weird era where everything is segregated. You're not allowed to exit your lane no matter what. Like, that means that, like, I as like
who's gonna claim rice at the end? Like, Asians and Hispanics are gonna fight to the bitter death for it.
Like,
that's true. And then you get like a little bit Middle Eastern there too.
Does that mean that China gets pasta back?
Maybe.
Because I heard that China created pasta.
They kind of did, because the same formula how to make pasta is exactly how you make those stretch noodles, like the hand pulled stretch noodles. Basically, it's really easily done. So the ingredients is this all-purpose flour, if you want to be basic like that. But some people like to use a lot of eggs, so they use eggs. And then another trick is Chinese people use lye water.
I don't know what lye water is.
It just helps it like make it more elastic, and like when you stretch it, you can stretch it into 1,000 pieces of noodles.
Sounds like a great way to choke on it. I cringe at this stuff, because it really does feel like you can be, like you said, canceled means nothing.
That's
anymore.
true, but
she will be fine.
I want to defend her, because early 2000s, a lot of Chinese people like identified with like a lot of African American music and culture.
A lot of people did, not just. I grew up. I'm a 90s kid from the suburbs. I listened to nothing but Tupac, Biggie, E40, Spice One.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you identify with the person and not the race.
Exactly.
I identify with the music. Like, you love
Brain
the music.
explosion.
Like, and that's the thing. In a world where we were very multicultural, these things were mass marketed and produced for everyone, not just one group. And now we're entering this weird period where you have to take that back.
Yeah, but like, I'm going to defend her, because a lot of people grew up like that, and it kind of helped them have a self-identity, because during the early 2000s, like we didn't have a lot of representation in the Asian culture, because it
was all martial arts movies.
And like especially in Hollywood, the people that I feel like kind of made the whole embarkment of Asians being in Hollywood was like Bobby Lee, Margaret Cho. Like I love her, she was so great. And then all the older actors that we have, like Jackie Chan, who isn't from the US, but he kind of embarked it. That was the only representation we had. So a lot of them who are a little bit older than me or the same age as me, they identify with like Black culture because like it spoke to them, and they didn't care about the skin race, like how Dane said. Like that kind of mind blows people, but people don't think about that
because they're racist.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
They literally they can't imagine that you appreciate something outside they see it as mockery. They talk about like her doing that as mockery. I'm like, maybe it spoke to her in a way that you don't understand.
Yeah, and
it comes off weird, sure, but that doesn't make it inherently bad.
Right. It kind of makes me mad because like people who have like her kind of accent where they said it's like too Black, they said, why are you talking Black? They'll ask you that.
And then we have to ask, why is that because I've heard that the same way, like where they'll talk to people who talk to what they would consider proper and say that they're talking white. And I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like, just be you and identify with whatever culture. Isn't that the whole point of a multicultural society, is that it blends together and we learn to appreciate it comes from a place of sensitivity to anything negative, right? So they see something from someone else. Maybe that person's making fun of you. Maybe it isn't. First of all, I would say grow a thicker skin.
Yeah.
Also, it sounds like internalized racism.
It is.
Exactly.
The ones that they're always claiming.
Yeah, it is.
It's weapons grade projection.
Yeah.
Weapons grade.
Well, like for me, I don't like her, but I will defend her for that because she, like, I don't think she's that talented. Like, fight me people, but like, but I will defend her because that's what she identifies. That's how you know her as.
Is this water bottle appropriation that she's taken the name of an arguably the second worst water bottle company next to Dasani?
That's really weird that she called herself Aquafina.
Yeah.
Is that like self-imposed?
I don't know because
I never. Name. It's not a real name.
It's a stage YouTube name.
It'd be funny if her real name was Aquafina.
Oh God.
It's just spelled differently.
Her parents must hate her that much.
I just feel like we're in this world now where everything is so like you can't win. You can't win it, and you're going to be called out for something all the time. Yeah. And it's like, it makes me want to give up a lot of the time, where I'm just like, I don't care anymore. Like,
no more black pills, Brett.
Like, that it is something like it used to be a thing where like, it might be easy for us to be like, oh, well, we have this political view, or it's like, people hate straight white guys nowadays. Everyone is fair game to be crapped on and told that they're doing something wrong by perpetually offended people.
It's not straight white guys. It's straight white guys with the wrong opinions.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Those are the gangs. Wrong opinions, right opinions.
Yep. Yeah. Authoritarianism and people who just want to let other people live and do their own thing. I will never understand the culture of leaving people negative comments and stuff at all. Like, but I'm also non-confrontational. Like, if you're doing something and I don't like it, good for at least you're doing something you like. I don't care.
But it's feedback. That's what they feel like. It's feedback. I'm giving you negative comments so you can fix yourself. That's how they feel. It's
That's how they justify it. It's not what they actually believe.
I mean, I believe negative feedback on like things that like people should absolutely avoid.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a technology review, it's like this guy doesn't know.
Mm-hmm. Feedback and insults are two totally different. I'll give you an example. Okay, recently there's a guy on my Instagram. It's really like whenever I film like with a 360 camera, I hold it about mid knee and a little bit above because it's not mine. It's part of the company's. I don't want to risk damaging the lens if I fall. If I fall and I lose hold of it, I want to be able to catch it and pull it up. And this dude would come into all my videos where I used it, and he's like, "You're filming with it wrong, and you do this, and it looks stupid. It looks bad." I'm like, I don't ever respond because I don't respond to negative comments. I was like, it doesn't behoove me, and it gives them the attention that they want, right? So then I did a video recently because I've had my knee problems where I took a bunch of bad falls that would have been easily prevented if I hadn't been hurt lately. And I was basically in the video describing like, this is my own fault for trying to skate when I'm arguably not in shape to skate right now. And the dude goes on to the video, the same guy goes, "Drama queen."
Oh, God.
It's like, you come to my page and say negative things about me which you guys in the sake of constructive criticism, which one time it's constructive criticism. If you keep coming back and doing it over and over again when I'm not engaging with you, you're just doing it to be a dick.
But also, Brett, you're giving him more power because you're talking about it.
Well, yeah, now, because dude's never going to see this.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I never...
He might. If like he's your super fan,
if he's like your super fan or like super hater, he'll find you,
right?
And he's gonna say like, "Oh my God, you talked about me."
This is just one example of dozens of those examples of people who say stuff like that where I don't ever engage because there is no benefit to me. It gives them what they want. This is I'm only using this as an example, and I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't even like to have used this example here, but that's the culture we live in, where it really is just to get a rise out of people, and it gives them a sense of power to get you to respond. We now have to live in a culture where everyone acts like they're running for president all the time. You have to have an opinion about everything. Remember, embrace not having an opinion about this. You're allowed to not care about stuff.
For real.
Write this on the shirt.
And that's like the educated point of view sometimes. It's like, oh, what is your opinion about this? I don't know anything about it.
When people talk about NFTs, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, people have really strong opinions. Like, they're stupid. I'm like, yeah, they probably are. I don't care. Whatever. Maybe they're the greatest idea ever. Maybe they're the worst idea ever. It is beautiful to not need to have an opinion.
Everything blockchain is full of scammers, though.
Yeah.
But the arguments that I'm seeing here, it's all about environment. They're talking about how it's bad for the environment, which is hilarious. As if like Twitter is not using up the environment.
They just heard Elon say it once, and now it's like the opinion du jour. Like, oh my God, like people are just algorithms.
Yep, they are. So yes,
but they're also like little sheeps that are following.
I hate that example. I never use. I cringe at the word sheeple.
Okay, come on, sheeple.
I really do. It's it's a very cringy thing to say.
But it's like kind of
take that miracle, you cringed lord.
She didn't say. She said sheep, not sheeple.
Oh, I know. Well, I said sheep because they're. I know, but it's kind of like a good analogy too. But do you want to call them duckies? Ooh, they're like little duckies.
I like that. I like it. Yeah. Okay. So it's duckies from now on.
They're little duckies. They follow the mama duck.
We're changing. Yeah. The opinions are the mama duck. You know, news curated mainstream media opinions are the mama duck of duckies that follow. It's beautiful. So
we did it, guys.
Uncancel Aquafina and stop giving a crap about stuff other people do if it doesn't hurt you, which it does not hurt you.
Because it's quackers.
And these people, they're full of quackery. Quackery, I say.
I unleash a lot of dad jokes. I'm sorry.
That was beautiful.
I'm sorry. I'm out. I'm done. That's enough dad jokes for me because I just crack myself up with them quacks.
You quack yourself up. Fantastic.
I will not be part of this.
No, Dane has like a lot of good dad jokes. It's kind of like baffling to me that he's that good.
So just leave Aquafina alone and stop bothering people. Like I don't even like Aquafina, but leave Aquafina alone. She's fine.
All the evil comments are just Dane.
Dane's just he's on his own like Aquafina jihad where he's just out to get her.
I've never thought about this woman pretty much in my life.
I didn't even pull up the article. I was reading it and I was like, isn't this like the 19th time she's been canceled for that accent?
But my question is like, why is she so important? Why is she so important to people? When you just be like me.
Though?
No, she's not.
The thing is, none of these people are. It's literally just the news cycle. It's just a revolving door of news and outrage. That the more I read this stuff every day to curate and get these shows ready, I realize how much of it is just business. It's just information business.
I feel like not enough people talk about me and how incredible I am.
I would like to say,
oh my
Dane,
God,
you're incredible.
Dane, come on, let's go.
Dane.
Let's start a whole campaign where we just give Dane compliments.
I agree.
We should have a show called The Great Dane.
We should.
And it's just dogs around Dane.
No, it's just Dane.
Me with Great Danes?
Yes. Exactly.
Dane, the Great Danes.
The Great Danes.
It would be great.
What a show.
If that's not your Instagram, if that's not your social media handles, you're losing out.
Or your profile pic where you just have Great Danes around you and like it looks like a sitcom logo and it says the Great Danes.
They're tragic dogs. They die at like 8 because they're so big.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They're tragic as hell.
Now I'm sad.
I'm kind of sad because like pugs, did you know that pugs are actually like they've been breeded so much that they're
breaded? Is that the right?
No, it's not. But I'm
breeded.
Is breeded the right word?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm making up new words as I go. But basically, basically like we made them so many times that they're basically born to die because they have so many health problems. Like they have terrible like breathing problems, heart problems. They're like the breathing problems come because of their iconic like smashed face. And like they're so tiny too, and like they can be prone to be
They're
obese
ugly
too.
as hell.
Hey,
I don't know why anyone likes them.
hey, I like them. They're so cute.
You like ugly things.
This is true. She does.
Hey, I like personality. I like personality. Looks don't matter to me.
They make like weird noises.
Guys, it has been fun. We're done talking about tragic dog stories. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.